Hey, good morning, guys. My morning brief real quick here. Things I'm looking at right here. So we're right at critical support to kick off the morning here on the Qs. So heads up on that. We are below our 2-hour 20 SMA. So they're both bearish setups to kick off the morning here. So what we're looking for is a pre-market overnight break of support. So, if we go and zoom in here real quick, what we're looking for here is ideally, this is Monday. We're looking for an alert right down here, a break of that support to give us confirmation to go short in the markets right here, right now. So create alert at or below and create. So that would suggest that this support is breaking and we'd be breaking that support. So on our way to possibly filling our first gap. So, that would be our primary thesis this morning. Otherwise, we would be looking for this consolidation area here. Put a little alert right here. And be looking for uh, a, uh, a, a relief rally back above. So that kind of so basically right here in this consolidation, we really don't have a trade going on here. So let's keep an eye on that. Yesterday, I mentioned I was out working, so I got today off. So I had this on my chart before the market opened, and so basically, we found out really early. The first 15 minutes, it was like 9:45. We broke the 2-hour 20 SMA, and from that point on, if you would have got in right at the break at 9:45, it didn't even back test, and you could have been in that trade all day yesterday and very little impact to your trading. So, I really right for now the 2-hour 20 SMA combo is really working. It's been working for the past month or so. So it's a really good indicator that's working pretty good right now. So heads up on that. Okay, but I'm thinking before NVIDIA reports that uh, they're trying to uh, back test this gap or possibly fill this gap. So heads up on that. Okay. So guys, here we got SPY right here. So what can I say about SPY right here? If you zoom in right here, guys. So if you look back in history, this right here was the last time that candle right there was the last support right there. Okay. Uh, that was the last back test before the collapse. So heads up on that. And if we put a trend line right here, find it here, there it is. Let me zoom in here, make sure I get it right. Activate. Oops. Activate. Right there. That was our last support right there. Okay, and then we zoom in right here, go over. You see what's going on here. So on the 2-hour basis, we are currently trading below that. So basically, in my opinion, if you as long as we stay below that, we can be short. So basically, what I would be doing is just put an alert right above that. That would be our long trigger. Okay, and then our short trigger would be right down here, a break of yesterday's lows. Okay, there you go. And now we have it quantified. So now this does look like a bigger consolidation area, but just be mindful of that. Very easily we could have a lower high or a higher low, and we could just come back up here and then come back up. So just keep a close eye on this one here. Okay. Our primary trend line is down here, which hasn't been back tested for a while. So heads up on that. And I made my money on SPY puts yesterday. So I was actually using Qs as my Q. At the time, yesterday, we were way up here on SPY when I was going short, taking my Q off of the Qs. Okay, so figuring that if the Qs were actually breaking down, it was probably going to draw everything down with it. So that's how I traded it yesterday. Okay, IWM. Okay, so we had this breakdown right here. Okay, what can I say about this? Right here was our last, right there on that candle right there. That was our last back test right there. So we're currently trading below that this morning. That was our last back test support. We're below the 20. So this is our got a really nice gap down here. So I'd be looking at this possibly as maybe this might be leading to the first gap fill here. So this has already been, this gap fill has been satisfied. Okay, this is, this is an over. So I think that's a gap. I'll have to double check it. Okay, but heads up on that. Completion of this pattern would take us down, uh, down in this area down here. Would complete the pattern. Complete a cycle pattern. So let's keep an eye on that. See how you completed this cycle right here, completed this cycle right here. Completion of this cycle would bring us up with a higher low potentially for completion of that cycle. So let's keep an eye on that, see if that's wanting to cycle out here. Obviously, this is bearish as well. So, basically I would want to be, I wouldn't even be looking to the long side until we got back above that trend line right there. Heads up on that. Great. And then see the important thing here, you zoom in here. The important thing, this is already confirming a breakdown. So we're already below yesterday's lows. So this is actually giving us an early trending signal. So heads up on that. So we do have a support, potential support right here, and a potential support right here. Let's see what happens if we can get through those. Okay. So heads up on that. We got two possible supports there. Okay. So heads up on that. And then diamonds. Diamonds here, guys. So diamonds are looking pretty good still. Looking really good here on the diamonds. So what can I say here on the 2 hour on the diamonds? So we have a back test right there on the diamonds right there. Okay. So you notice how we got up here and it really got tight on the 2 hour. Okay, so what I would be looking for, that candle right here on the 2 hour as your major all-time high resistance area. Go in here, zoom in real quick. Make sure I get this right. That right there. That right there is actually, in my opinion, triggered the sell signal. So heads up on that. We're right at that level right now. So heads up on that. Diamonds, you got the 20 SMA right here. You got that line right there too. So a break of that, then that's actually probably giving us a short signal here on the diamonds. So that one there looks like it's right there, potentially ready to break on that one. So things happening this week, and I'm going to keep this as short as I can. If you look at TLT, so we got all kinds of auctions happening this week, 2 year, 7 year, 5 year auctions, quite a bit of money coming out. I want everybody to realize a few weeks ago we had a break in the carry trade. So basically it got so crowded they couldn't hold it up any longer, and it finally had an impulse move down. The next area, in my opinion, that is so crowded that gives us that risk is the treasuries. Right now, the treasuries is by far the most crowded it's ever been ever in history. Okay, so this is our big worry if you guys are looking for some sort of impulse action in the markets. If the treasuries have a bad auction in the next few days, this thing could, completely unwind. So that's definitely keeps us on alert. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but this is something we do have to be concerned. the treasuries possibly having an impulse, triggering an impulse move in the markets. So be very mindful of that. So this right here was our support right there. This morning, early on this morning, we are breaking that critical back test support right there. Heads up on that right there. That back test support right there on our treasury. So that's actually confirming the bearish bias we should have this morning. The break right here, right now. So heads up on that. May not follow through, but ideally we should be looking. Like I said, this is actually helping confirm the bias that you should be actually having for early on this morning. So heads up on that. This is probably the most important chart to keep in the back of your mind in your trading, because if the auctions come in bad, man, this can go back. This can unwind quick. Okay, so that's my. I really wanted to bring that out for everybody to really pay attention to that. I will be around today, taking the day off. It's going to be hotter than hell here today and tomorrow, so I'm taking today and tomorrow off, and hopefully make some money here in the markets. I don't know if we're going to get any type of follow through in these things, but I do like the idea of possibly doing some gap fills before NVIDIA reports. I think it it makes it better if NVIDIA just were to come in and reaffirm, hit their numbers, reaffirm everything, and they've already brought the markets down before they do that. I think it's more supportive of the markets if they were to do that. And a lot of times, big money, that's what they realize. And so let's be mindful of that in our trading. But we do have clear rotation away from tech into other sectors of the market. So only thing that bothers me here is how the IWM is breaking yesterday's lows already this morning. So a lot of times the low-hanging fruit is the first to go, and it's kind of looking to me like IWM, which being the last group to come into the markets for a rally. You know that there's weak hands there to support that move. So let's definitely keep that in our back of our minds. Possible weak positions. XLF this morning. See how it's done. It's pretty much flat. XLF. We're right into resistance here on XLF. Heads up on that. Right into the 20 SMA. Hasn't broke yet. XLE. That's kind of looking all right. IBB. Those are really the main things in the IWM. KRE maybe. KRE right here at the 20 already into resistance. Possible lower high here on KRE. Heads up on that. So none of these charts look that bad. So heads up on that. Okay. I'll see you in trading. Please like the video if you like it, and leave some comments below if you're guys seeing something, because I've been away, so I can use all the help I can get. So thanks a lot.